down. Up goes Sinjani. Poolai beats him pointless again. Knocks it forward. Does Poolai the second time. Only gets as far as centre wing though, because Manson comes out of defence. Does it well for Corio. Punt kicks long towards Boyle and Nash. The ball spills past them. The kick's coming a long way, Ronnie. Bouncing. Yeah, but the breeze obviously very strong out there as Manson streamed down the ground. It's gone out of bounds in the forward pocket. Perhaps half forward flank area. Midway between, we'll call it now. And a good kick there off the boot of Paul Manson.
Scores are tied now down in Melbourne. Hawthorn and Adelaide both have 3-4-22.
We see now the ball back into play, and Philip Boyle doing the ruck work as instructed at quarter time. Gets the ball to ground, but Keogh picks up and kicks to the half-back flank position. Ronnie Beck's there working hard. Oh, Shelley comes through like a train and just unsettled young Roland Beck there on that encounter. Noel Fanning.
Out at St Albans there, Ron, at quarter time. Bell Park 8-4-52, lead St Mary's 4-2-26.
As expected.
Boundary throw in, up goes Poolai, knocks the ball to the ground. Hand pass over the top from Brown was a good one for the Centrals, but it's sharp by Nevada Cornwall. Tackled by Ellis, but he gets his kick away. Bill down towards half forward, clean bowls Boyle. Hand pass from Cunningham's a good one to Nashi. Nashi puts it on the boot and travels out wide towards the far side of the ground on the centre wing position. It's 2-on-1 out here. Corio should win. Oh, good tackle laid. Cockrell's in there, a chance. That's Greg Cockrell. Taken away by Mick Galalka. His hand pass heads out wide. Nash goes after it. It's thumped away towards the boundary line as Greg Cockrell was closing in with Timmy Ellis. He'll have a boundary throw in far side of the ground, just slightly in the attacking side of the ground for Werribee Centrals. No score on the board since quarter time. 24 plays 14, 10 points in front of the Werribee Central side.
2.5 minute mark in the second quarter here at the Western Oval. The ball on that outer side centre wing. We see working hard there. Dowling on hands and knees, gets it out to Finlay. Good football to the running Roland Beck. Ronnie Beck punts it up there to the teeth of goal for him. All over the top, Howard. Paid the mark. Just lost as he went to ground, but I think he had it long enough, Ron. Definitely. Great mark. And Chris Howard takes a big hand, puts those big hands up. There's a youngster enjoying the footy. He's got his own camera. God, it's my son. Look at that. Take a cook. Unbelievable.
First stanza's completed now at the MCG, and of course it's 22 points apiece between Adelaide and Hawthorn.
Here comes Howard, punt kicking for goal, and the Centrals get the first one into the breeze. Big goal kicked by Mick Howard. And are they happy? They're letting him know, Ronnie. Yeah, that's what it's all about, spirit. And there's a little bit of interest shown by Darren Shelley. The emergency umpire Steve Hill out there now just having a chat to the boys who are getting a little bit edgy. Early stages of the second term. Chris Fordham just saying to Jimmy Onto, why don't you keep out of the way? And it's all broken up now, and the umpires all run back towards the centre of the ground. And we'll have another centre bounce, Ronnie. 4 goals, 30 points on the board now to the Centrals. They are leading Corio. 2 goals, 2-14. And the first goal of the quarter, always a crucial one, and that was no exception.
Yes, certainly. Emotions running high here at the Western Oval. The bounce back to the centre is a good one. Sees there that Dowling can't control it. Oh, Edridge got one high. Morley, though, comes out for the Centrals and slaps it on his boot. Travels only a short distance and goes straight to Johnny Cousins, who steadies and goes bang. Oh, Boyle should have held that one as he judged it well, did the hard work, supported there by Boothroyd. Great football to the ever-elusive Nevada Cornwall, who waltzes in from 10 metres and goes bang.
And Corio answered that goal within 25 or 30 seconds. Peter McCone, McGiller's warming up on the bench here, going to have a run on the ground, and Jimmy Onturk coming off. Great goal kicked by Nevada Cornwall, and good play, Rod Boothroyd there. Boyle should have taken the mark, but Boothroyd played the roving role on that occasion. Burst through the pack, a long hand pass, sent Nevada Cornwall away free, and he banged it right through the middle. Gee whiz, it doesn't play to make any mistakes. Jimmy Onturk, after allowing Howard to take that ball, has been taken from the ground. Yeah, well, he did give away a couple of frees early too, Ronnie. He laid on the footy a couple of times. I mean, a little bit of discipline. Well, I suppose it is a cutthroat final here this afternoon. The GDFL Division 1 preliminary final, back to the centre. Poolai goes up and slaps it down, but it goes back to his feet. Actually, a little hand pass comes out to go. That might have been Dowling. Dowling puts the foot into the ball up towards half forward. Here's McCone's first chance. Dropped the mark he should have taken. Hand pass lands here with the 44 jumper. Ellis, he's in trouble. Corio get the ball away to the centre. The bounce is cruel. Tap it on they can towards Ian Cockrell. They do. He bursts through the tackle of Tim Ellis, and he goes bang with the right foot up towards half forward. And he finds, looks like Nevada Cornwall marking, who kicked that last goal, plays on immediately. Long kick into the forward pocket. Looking down there for Boothroyd, it's thumped away by foot, and over the boundary line it goes. Yes, doing a great job, Matty Foot at the full-back post for the Centrals here this afternoon. Interchange, Jamie Ellis coming off the ground, on the ground, Simon Balan. That's Damien Ballan. Ronnie Simon not playing today. That's the brother come on as the boundary umpire puts it back into play. Oh, it landed between all players. No one actually touched the ball. Bounced on the ground. Brad Miller fires the hand past. It looks like Cicino goes on the left foot. Up high. Manson can't mark. Marsh it was at the back of the pack. Cockrell, Greg in all sorts of stripe. Tackled. Put the footy on the ground. Just tried to do too much. He's saying it was too high. Umpire won't agree with that. The ball's going to come back and the free kick going the way of Willoughby Centrals.
Yeah, just held the ball a little bit too long, did Greg Cockrell. Ronnie Beck punts it up to the centre of the ground. Oh, Kelvin Keating did well. Stood his ground, picked the footy up and kicks long up to half forward, but in front, taking a timely grab. Dennis Cunningham, the half-back flanker for the Centrals.
Good kick from Cunningham too. Centered the ball well. Galauka gave him the lead, and under very strong pressure from Adam Kent, Mick Galauka marks for the Centrals, punched the ball out wide. He's got Keogh out there who marks wide on the centre wing. He'll swing onto that left foot, he does. Chips it in short. The player just on the ground has taken the mark, and that's Damien Ballan, and away go the Centrals up the woods, half forward.
Oh, clash of bodies there. I think you're right. That could have been Morley sandwiched. He's well up the ground. As we see now, the ball comes out to Galauka. He kicks up to the Howard direction. Shelley's there. Good support, Mickey O'Toole, but Pies Brown comes in, smothers the ball well. Now buttering up there was McCone for the Corio side. Kicks it out to half back. Now an opportunity for Cousins. He breaks clear. Could have been legged. Held his composure well and maintained his footing as he kicks up to the half forward line. Oh, two Corio players. It's Cornwall and Edwards clash, but he gets away. Nevada Cornwall punts it to the pocket. Looks for Philip Boyle, but Matty Foot coming out like the Southern Aurora. Made sure that he didn't take that cleanly.
It's out of bounds run. I've still got the giggles there. That was the best tackle I've seen Mark Entry's lay, but unfortunately it was on Nevada Cornwall, and he did well to break the tackle too. Boundary throw in, forward pocket, Corio with attack. Over the back of the pack and spills. They stack it on top of it down there. Cockrell tries to knock it out. Finlay a little left foot, kick the half back, and Roland Beck takes the mark, and he's doing well in defence.
Yeah, playing very well, Roland Beck. It's now goes to the centre of the ground. Dangerous footy. Looks for Greg Hart at ground level over. We see that McCone, who comes on, gets his second touch in as many minutes as we see him kick the half forward, picking it up down McKenna, who has time to scoot over his shoulder. The bouncing ball doesn't bounce back enough and is offline.
Second minor score for Dave McKinnon. Ron, I feel that the Centrals are making the mistake of taking the ball across the ground too quickly out of defence. They should get up to the centre wing before they start centering it. They're setting up opportunities for Corio at centre half forward.
Yeah, without a doubt, Cookie. Matt Foot brings it back into play. It's a lovely drop punt. Gets to the 50-metre line into the breeze. Good work as we see Keating now crumb the footy. He quick kick, cut his cover the short distance, and we see Galauka now kick off the carpet to the Finlay direction under pressure from Senator Genev. And good work though from Finlay. Gets it across to Damien Ballan. But his short kick is well marked out there at centre wing, and I think you'll find it could be Mickey O'Toole.
So it's Adam Kent, Superman, puts it on the boot, down the woods, half forward, but drifting back and taking the nice mark. Big James Pooley marks across half back. Now he spears the ball towards the centre of the ground. High flyers wanted. Oh, up high there, trying to knock the ball away with Ellis. But they come forward, with the Centrals. There's a kick that'll be down the ground by Ballan, who was tackled after he kicked. It didn't matter because Fordham took the mark, wanting to play on a bit. The umpire coming in, not having any of that, and Paddy is going to go back and have his kick.
Okay. Well, Fordham, an opportunity. 8 minutes gone to the second quarter. Werribee Centrals 4-6-30. They lead Corio 3-3-21. Kick from Fordham to the goal square. The high flyers. No mark was paid as there was many hands on that one in the goal square. I think you'll find umpire Steve Ellison will come in and bounce down.
Gee, Timmy Ellis took a flying leap there. It almost brought in a spanking in the goal square. But I thought Big Mick Howard might have been a bit lucky not to be pinned for holding the ball under him there. Umpire puts it down. McCone goes up. So too does Greg Cockrell. Shows a bit of experience and slaps it through for a rush behind on the board for the Werribee Centrals. And Ronnie, can you give us the score?
Certainly. Werribee Centrals now. 4 goals, 7-31. They lead the Corio by 10 points, 3-3-21.
The second term goal line, and Modric kicked the second. 4-4-28 plays. A 2-4-22 Hawthorn.
Greg Cockrell about to put the ball back into play. Goes the short one to Cousins, who drops into the back pocket. Grandstand side of the ground as the sun streams down on the oval here. We might call this mystery oval. There's been some funny things happening out here in the last few weeks. Cockrell's kick is a good one. Finds a teammate there who punt kicks long towards centre wing. No mark taken. Manson was the high flyer at the base of the pack. Beck does well. Kicks the ball up back towards half forward. Manson's in trouble down there. That was Paul Manson. Got the hand pass to Cousins, and he shows some customary brilliance and breaks out a half back. Has a bounce. Punt kicks long towards half hard forward, and out comes, is that Boyle, I think it is, taking the mark on his chest. Now, he's a good kick of a football, Philip Boyle. Should be going back and unloading with the long one, but that left-hand goalpost.
Yes, and that's exactly what he's going to do. He's kicking from 50 metres. The drop punt, that's where he's put it to the left post, but unfortunately he's put it out too far. The breeze didn't bring it back, and it's gone straight through for a minor score. Is coming off the ground, Brad Miller, and coming on for the Centrals is the 31, Guernsey, Jamie Ellis.
Adelaide just kicked another one, 5-4-34, plays 3-4-22.
Where are we now? Through Matt Foot, bring the ball back into play. Punt kicks out the halfback. Poolai goes up and takes them out. The kick wasn't particularly good, and Poolai did well to catch the footy in the swirling breeze. He's at halfback, far side of the ground. 31 plays 22. Still the Centrals hold the margin. Corio with the breeze in this quarter. Poolai punt kicks towards a centre wing. Chance there, but Dowling, he couldn't mark. Goes back in after it. Finlay's at the bottom of the pack. The hand pass is a good one to Dowling, who runs past. But there's been a free kick. It's going to go Corio's way. And is it Cockrell getting back to take the footy?
Yes,
no, it's Adam Kent, Superman.
Yes, Superman with the footy, and he elects to go short. Looks to the lead of Greg Cockrell. Oh, great work, Boothroyd. Rodney Boothroyd tapped it back to Cockrell, who showed some dash, but unfortunately he's dashed a little bit too far and has got over the line and out of bounds.
Yeah, I didn't see that one go out, Ron, but the umpire was right on the job there, so he won't criticise that one. Boundary umpire throws it back in. Poolai slaps it back towards Finlay. Too much carry on it, and too much also for Ian Cockrell running under the footy because the ball bounces over the boundary line out of bounds. And we see a change coming up here again. Ross Manson is coming onto the ground now, and coming off the ground for a bit of a rest is Vlado Semjanev for the Corio Footy Club.
Yes, a little bit more run, and that's probably a good call because the big men are struggling to take the marks around the ground today with the swirly conditions, and it's the little fellas that are setting up the forward thrusts here this afternoon.
3 goals in 4 minutes. Adelaide has another one. 6-4-40, plays 3-4-22.
And the ball's over the boundary line once again. Half forward flank. Corio in attack. It's on the scoreboard side of the ground. Players rise. McKinnon's a chance. He's dispossessed. He goes back in after it again and snapped away from him. Putting his body in was Bolan doing well. McKinnon goes in after it again. They tackle him, and the umpire's got no decision here, but a ball up, and we're going to have one. It's still on the 50-metre line, but this is almost directly in front of the goal of which Corio are attacking, the city end of the ground.
Yeah, 12-minute mark of the second quarter of the AAR guest video second quarter scoreboard. Werribee 31, lead Corio 22.
Picked up by Cousins out of that pack. He's had a flying shot, a long kick on the right foot by Cousins. Offline, and 1 point only goes on the board to the Corio Devils. They badly need goals here. We've gone 12.5 minutes now of the second quarter, and it's 4 goals, 7, 31 points on the board for the Werribee Centrals, and Corio have gone to a total of 23 points. They are 3 goals, 5.
Ball now at half-back, members side of the Western Oval. High tackle placed there by Ronnie Beck on Mark Edridge, and the assistant coach for the Corio Devils will get the free kick. Butter Edridge, half-forward flank. Grandstand side of the ground. Good centering kick in towards centre half forward. But up goes Poolai drifting across and takes a good mark for the Centrals. He's got Galauka on and he's got Finlay on. He chips it over to Galauka, who'll run. He'll run and draw a player. He drives the hand pass inboard to Finlay. Hand pass wasn't particularly good, but Finlay good enough to pick it up. Kicks the Centrals up towards the centre of the ground. But a mark to Corio here. Played on immediately too to this player. And it's the big fella Boothroyd. I had to look twice with the glasses. He's well up the ground. He's having a run to the ruck, you'll find. He punt kicks the ball down towards half forward. It clears Edridge. Pick up here. Hand pass back towards the little fella who's in trouble there, Beck. Can't get rid of the ball. They stack it on top, but it's close to the boundary line. The umpire's going to ball up though, Ronnie. Half forward flank, Corio in attack, and Boothroyd having a run of the ruck while the big fella Vlado Semjanev has the rest on the bench. Yeah, probably a good move from the Corio bench, I would suggest, because Rod, a little bit lethargic of the goal square. Give him a run of the ball and get him into the game and let him have a few touches and then put him back and see how he goes at full forward.
And Greg Cockrell standing there in the goal square has been left one out. The ball swirling a lot, Ron. It's pretty hard for the big fellas to mark it, although Poolai's dragged in some good ones. Here he goes with the ruck where he beats Boothroyd on this occasion. Knocks it down, kick off the ground by Ian Cockrell, missed. The ball spills out of the pack, and a charge for the Centrals to come forward through Dowling, who punt kicks towards half forward. But a good mark drifting across the pack there by Adam Kent, who's playing a great game at half-back flank, and he'll send Corio into attack towards the centre of the ground.
Yes, and the bouncing ball now. Susan Finlay, swoop on the footy, looks out to the members' centre wing position, but it's all Corio, and Mick O'Toole in front there of his opponent, Jamie Ellis, takes the easiest of marks.
That'll be 50 metres. He didn't have much choice there, Jamie Ellis, because standing just a few metres away, calling for the ball was Dean Manson. Had he let him go, the hand pass was on, they were away. He had to try and hold him up. He got pinned for it. A little bit unlucky in my book.
Yeah, very unlucky. And, well, he did look...
Not unlucky to get pinned, but unlucky because he had no choice, really.
Well, he was just trying to stop the player from playing on.
I think the call was right by the umpire.
Certainly.
But had he not held on a bit, the coach would have had him off if he'd let him get away easily.
Yes, it was a catch-22, as we see now. Mickey O'Toole kicked for goal from 50 metres.
He's kicked it like a back pocket player too, Ron.
He certainly did.
And James Pooleye marks between the goal and behind post. There was no one else down there. They must have thought Mick was a certainty to kick it, because Pooleye was the only one there. He punt kicks out of the back pocket. Up goes O'Toole, trying to redeem himself with a mark. Picked up by Marsh. Hand pass over the top. Lands in the arms of Manson. Manson goes bang on the left foot. Dean Manson has kicked the beauty.
Yeah, great goal, Dean Manson, and he kicks his first, and a very handy fourth goal, and probably, well, it's been needed, hasn't it? They're kicking with a breeze. It's 15 minutes gone to the second quarter here, and the WIR guest video second quarter scoreboard now moves them to 4 goals, 5-29. They've got within 2 points of the Centrals, 4-7-31.
And they've still got about 15 minutes of the breeze to use, Ron. So they've worked back that leeway. They're 2 points behind, near enough the square. 15 minutes of the quarter probably still remaining. And, well, good goal there from Manson, who's quite a lively player, the number 14 jumper. Boothroyd takes it out of the air at the centre bounce, if you don't mind. Stump sells the dummy with the hand pass, then unloads with a long bomb. He's hooked that back into the breeze, kicked it 65 or 70 yards. At the back of the pack, Cousins to the charge, can't gather it. Oh, out it comes to Greg Cockrell. He lost what he would have liked to have claimed. They're working hard down there. Ellis is in there doing his best. So too is Morley, and things... The umpire's blown the whistle, and it's a little bit interesting there, because at the bottom of the pack, Ettridge is very slow to get up. He might have worn one that he could well have done without.
Yes, certainly. Just rubs the hair and scratches the head, but he's okay. As umpire Steve Ellison comes in and bounces down in the forward pocket, about 35 from the Corio goal. David Dowling now swips on the footy and kicks it all across goal, but it's all right because Mickey Galalka's there. The bouncy ball sits under pressure from Keating. Oh, he comes in and just bundles him out of the way. Goes back inboard with a hand pass to Dean Manson, who just kicked that great goal. Keating backs in again to support. Can't pick it up under pressure from Finlay. Tattles it forward. The bounce, a cruel one for Swampy Marsh. Finlay in there. He could be pinged.
Should be pinned, Robert. They're consistent. He should be pinned, and he has been. Good umpiring. They played that one all day, and they didn't miss on this occasion. And Corio get the free kick. Little kick to half forward. Ettridge takes a one-hander. There's a contender for the ink spot mark of the day.
Yeah, nice grab too. Butter, Ettridge at centre-half forward, kicking from 50 metres.
Nice pass from Marsh too. He put the hand out and grabbed it very nicely. Now, Ettridge's distance shouldn't be a problem. He's going to kick from right on the 50 line, but he's got this breeze blowing at his back, perhaps over his left shoulder. In comes Ettridge, unloads with a very long kick. It's drifting away to the right-hand side. In fact, I think he's missed the whole scoring target. Not a good kick at all. There from Ettridge, it's over the line, out of bounds on the full.
Score update right now in Adelaide 7-5-41 plays Hawthorn a 4-4-28.
Well, I think you'll find that Dennis Cunningham has brought the ball back into play for the Centrals. He's elected to come to the members' side, half-back flank. Ronnie Beck was in front there of Ettridge and has been awarded the free kick for the Werribee Central side.
Yeah, Finlay grabbed it and was off, but the umpire must have blown time off, Ron. Yeah, he did. He's just signalling now that it's okay to go. And Beck kicks it up the side of the boot. Not a good kick at the back of the pack. Jamie Ellis is up, can't mark. Players come in. Finlay's doing very well for the Centrals in the pack situation. Punt kicks the ball towards centre wing. Dashing through the pack, Greg Hart, showing plenty of pace. Can't be run down on this time by Adam Kent. Hart punt kicks long, up the face of the pack. A chance for Peter Brown. Picks it up, suckers towards the goal. Now bouncing, wrong side of the goal post. 1 point only. What would have been a real handy one for the Centrals.
It would have been a great goal because he was running flat out then and having trouble controlling the ball, but got the ball to boot, and it's just a little bit unlucky there, Peter Brown, as we see that the leader of the band, it's a terrible kick. Covered some 55 metres, but he's kicked it straight down the throat of Mickey Galalka.
And Galalka now sizes up his options up forward. Fornham with the target, drifting in from the side. Here's a mark to Ellis. Timmy Ellis stripped it across the front of the pack and has taken a beauty.
A very strong player and a welcome return to the Werribee Central side is the 44 Guernsey, listed as number 7 in the program, Timmy Ellis.
32 plays 29. The Centrals lead by 3 points. A crucial kick from Ellis. He comes in and punts for goal. The goal umpire hasn't moved. Now he'll put up 2 fingers and move to get the flags. Great kick by Ellis. Great kick, Roddy, and that's a very handy goal for the Centrals because Corio looked as though they were going to just about sweep to the front of that stage.
Yes, certainly. Cookies, 90-minute mark of the second quarter on the double hour guest video. Second quarter scoreboard now moves the Centrals to 5-8-38. They lead Corio 4-5-29.
The instigator of that goal from half back here was Darren Finlay. Geez, worked well at the bottom of the pack.
Certainly. Special comment there from Tigger. Tigger Cook, the junior. How are you, son?
All right, thanks,
Did you
Brady.
the football here, mate, at the Western Oval?
Yes.
Good on you. You have a great day too, Tigger Cook Jr.
Okay, get him off. We'll get back to the footy. Up goes Big Poolo, knocks it down. Edridge stands firm, tries to knock the ball clear. He can't do so. They stack it on top of there. It's just attacking side of the centre. Charge for Manson together. Dean Manson couldn't do so. He's got support through Ian Cockrell. His hand passes up under pressure, and it's not effective. No one able to get this ball clear. Here's a big stump over the top from the Centrals. A good one too, because it goes up towards half forward. But Corio, a chance. As that Cootie does very well. Punt kicks the ball towards centre wing. Almost a mark going to be paid here to Nevada Cornwall. The umpire said no. Off hands it goes. Boundary throw in. Centre wing position, and we play 20 minutes of the second quarter, and it's the Centrals by 9 points.
Yes, great game of football here at the Western Oval. Good crowd basking in the sunshine as we see that old Boothroyd flies over the top of Pulley, gets the ball to ground, looks there for McKinnon. Now coming through Keating, the bounce, a cruel one, and now Galauka breaks clear for the Centrals and goes out wide to half forward. Looks there for Ellis. Great work, too strong. Hip and shouldered Paul Manson off the footy, and away he goes. Timmy Ellis punts it to the goal square, but it's all Corio, and Dean Manson defends well.
A little kick across to Shelley's effective. Shelley heads down the field looking for Boothroyd to give him the lead. The kick had just too much carry on it. Bad luck there because Boothroyd had Mark Edridge clear in front of him. Couldn't gather in. Edridge couldn't stop it either, and over the boundary line it goes. Centre wing position throw in. 22 minutes gone in the second quarter. Still, the Centrals lead by 9 points. They've led all day as the boundary throw in puts it into play. Here's a chance running on the ball, rolling back. Got the hand pass away under good pressure too, and he got it to his teammate in Jamie Ellis, who punt kicks with the left foot towards centre half forward. No one can mark. They stack in on top of it. A chance at the back of the pack for Peter Brown to gather it. He can't do so. He's got it now. Held to him, says the umpire, and the ball up through centre half forward position. Wellby Centrals in attack, and they look better in the last 5 or 6 minutes run.
Yeah, they certainly have. They've picked up their work rate, the little fellas around the packs, and Galauka, Fridley and Beck are doing very well for the Centrals in the second term.
The ball comes out of that bounce down, and Swampy Marsh accepts the mark just short of the centre of the ground. Marsh wants to get things moving, he does. A long kick, dribbling across the front of the pack. Roland Beck takes a great mark. Judged it better than anyone else and took a good mark. Boyle thought it was going to be his, but Beck chipped in. Now he chips it across the ground, and the mark has been taken by James Pooley, who's played very, very well. He's had the privilege of having Boothroyd shipped it onto him. Up he goes towards half forward. High flyers wanted. There's none there at all at the bottom of the pack. McCone picks it up and spirals one to centre half forward. No mark to Cousins coming out, couldn't take it. Chance reading off the play well as Manson. This is Ross Manson. Fires the ball in towards the forward zone. Oh, Corio player pushed out or tripped the mine. He's going to go the other way, Ronnie, I think.
Yes, and Philip Boyle and Greg Cockrell clashed heavily. Philip Boyle could have hurt himself.
Still down on the ground.
Matt Footnoe clears the ball out wide for the Centrals and finds Finlay, who draws the player, and Roland Beck now breaks clear after receiving that Finlay hand pass, but the kick though from young Beck is a poor one, and Kelvin Teddy now drives the ball to the centre of the ground and looks for Paul Manson, who's got a panic. Over he goes to, I think you'll find that's his brother Ross, is it? No, that looks like 38 Guernsey in Paul Manson, and there's plenty of Mansons out here this afternoon.
He found Boyle with the short kick. It was a good one, and Boyle, a lovely kick by Boyle, who chipped it in nicely, and coming in from the side, Boothroyd's taken the mark. We've seen him kick plenty of these. He's got a kick at about 55 metres. Not a problem, I wouldn't think, with this breeze one. Accuracy will be the problem, and perhaps not straining. Just too hard for that extra distance.
Yes, certainly. It will be a test for him. Here's a lovely kick of the ball.
Taking his time, the big fella Boothroyd. 38 plays 29. It's 9 points the difference.
Edridge is wide. Galauka now picks up Edridge. He's aware of him.
In comes Boothroyd. The kick is a long one. It's swinging back. Let's wait on it. It's swung back a long way, Ronnie. I think he's kicked a magnificent goal. Oh, Boothroyd bombs run they badly needed at the 26-minute mark of the second quarter. And the scoreboard, the WYR and guest video scoreboard, sees Willoughby Centrals. 5 goals, 38 points on the board. Corio now, just waiting on the scoreboard to come up, Ron. They'll go to I think 5 goals, 35 points.
Okay, and there's Picker Junior enjoying the entertainment here at the Western Oval. Looking very professional with the headsets on there too, isn't he?
Probably knows more than his father, if the truth be known. Back to the centre.
Okay, the big man flying for that guest video pie as we see the ball now knocked forward. Awesome, Jenny can't pick it up, does so now. Dennis from 20 metres took too long to kick the football, but all Ed Cockrell's there, flicks out the lightning hand pass to Nevada Cornwall, slaps it on his boot under pressure, well offline. And 1 point the result. Good build up though for Corio.
Quick centre break that one, Ron, wasn't it? Very quick out of the centre, and Cornwall just running across with the breeze, couldn't hook it back far enough, and that wasn't surprising.
Boothroyd doing well since move to the ruck.
Certainly made a difference. Purloy still playing well, but they're now getting the ball around the ground a bit through Boothroyd. At the back of the pack, Marsh gathers this from the kick and chips it across to Nevada Cornwall, who dropped the mark, but he's good enough to pick it up. Runs inside 50, runs to centre half forward. Nevada Cornwall's fired a goal. Corio hit the front. Corio hit the front of the 27-minute mark of the second quarter, and a lovely kick for goal by Nevada Cornwall, and that is third for the day, Ronnie.
Yeah, second, I think you'll find, Cookie.
Second, thank you very much. I must have marked him down for one he didn't get.
Corio, 6-6-42 lead. Werribee Central's 5-8-38 on the WAR guest video. Second quarter scoreboard, time clock showing 25.5 minutes of travel of the second term.
Another goal, Adelaide, 8-6, 54 plays, 4-5-29.
Back to the centre. Philo Sam Janiver's back on the ground and is now playing in the ruck. And I can see Boothroyd, is he back at full forward, Ron? I think he is now. Bounce down, close to half-time. Up goes Purloy, slaps it 20 metres away of the Centrals. The bounce is cruel, but in comes from the side doing well there, Swampy Marsh. Kicks the ball around towards Edridge, who takes a gutsy mark running into the pack, plays on immediately. They've got the ball moving quickly. A charge down here for Boothroyd, he's up and can't mark. Well played, Matty Foot, at the back of the pack, and Cockrell goals! Great goal. Pete Cockrell kicks his third, and doesn't he love kicking goals, Cockrell? He doesn't mock the shot at him, does he? Well played, Ian Cockrell. Well played by Boothroyd too. He got in front for there. Foot could do nothing else but punch the ball away. Cockrell read it off the hands beautifully and made no mistake with a quick, low goal into the, well, not into the breeze, but across the face of the breeze. Well, Corio pretty well pumped up in the second quarter, doing very well. There was 7-6-48, 10-point leaders over the Central 5-8-38, and 26.5 minutes gone to the second term. It just seems a few minutes ago that they were 9 points behind. Now they're 10 points in front, Corio, out of the centre. Could have been a free kick there to the Centrals. Finlay's a chance. Can't gather it on this occasion. Kicked off the ground here by running at the ball well was Boland. Picks it up now. The little kick doesn't travel very far. Hart dives in on top of it. They stack in on top of it at half forward there for the Centrals. Needing a goal before half time to steady them, Ron, I think. Just a little bit rattled there with those 2 or 3 quick goals to Corio. And we're going to have a ball up decision. 75, 80 yards out from the goal, which Centrals are going to attack for the remainder of this quarter. Pulley went high, got the ball to the rest of Finlay, gives it to Peter Brown, who's well tackled there by Smarsh. Broke the tackle, now steadies and kicks it long to Howard. No mark paid, but at ground level, Jamie Ellis slaps it on his boot. And a great mark running with the football has been taken by Chris Fordham. And gee, careful there, Darren McNamara. He's blown time on. I think just as well he has. Fordham's played on. I think he missed the shot at goal, Ron. No, if it snuck in, it snuck in. There wasn't much in it. But the play on the mark there, McNamara knew he was going to play on if he let him go. Just bundled him a few metres forward, and a bit of experience there. And now Fordham has to have the set shot from a very acute angle. Darren McNamara standing the mark almost on the line between the goal and point post. Fordham was going to play on. I thought he might, and he punt kicks this one. It swings away to the left. He might have missed it, I think. Yes, 1 point only off the boot there of Fatty Fordham, and I think that was pretty good effort from the coach there, Darren McNamara. Because I think had he let him play on the first place, would have been a goal for sure. Certainly. And Jimmy Onturk back on the ground at the expense of Philip Boyle having a spell for the Corio camp. Werribee Central's 5-9-39, trailing Corio 7-6-48. 28.5 minutes gone to the second term. And waiting on the ball to come back into play.
Goal to Hawthorn, 5-5-35.
Now he's tried to play on here, Greg Cockrell, but he just realised he has to kick the ball free of his hand and foot for about 3 metres, I think the rule is now. He just kicked it in the air to himself, and this will affect the bounce down right on the goal line, Ronnie. Could be crucial. Certainly could be. The bounce, a good one. Plenty of Corio players there, desperate to get the ball out. Jumping on the ball now. Oh, gee whiz, Greg Cockrell in the back there of Jamie Ellis. No free kick was forthcoming.
And the ball now is over the line out of bounds, about 5 metres from the Central's goal, who really would like one at the present time.
Boundary throw in. It gives every player a chance. Slapped down by Greg Cockrell. Here's a chance there for a little hair pass from Ellis Wilson. The good one was picked up by Galauckley. Runs across the face of goal. Hooks it back into the 10-metre square. Up goes Howard. Can't mark. At the back of the pack, trying to crash his way through Keogh. There is Cousins. Right on the boundary line. He's caught. Loses the footy. Greg Cockrell here to help him. Butters up. Kicks it out over half-back. And it looks like McGill and McComb takes the mark at half-back there for Corio. And for the moment, they're out of danger.
Oh, and he kicks it long out to centre wing. There's a go. Ross Manson at the back of the pack. Handled the ball clearly. Punches it forward in front of him under pressure from Finlay, who's dispossessed by Ian Cockrell, but chipping it now Nash. And Cooler the cucumber goes and gives it to Kevin Keogh, who finds Damien Balan in the centre of the ground.
Yeah, nice kick, Keogh. Give it to Balan. Balan gives it back to Nash up to Keogh by hand. He comes down the ground to half forward, flank grandstand side of the ground. Almost siren time. 30 minutes gone. David Daly marks at half forward. He goes long. He's going to look for Howard in the goal square. He's up in front. 2 bites at the cherry. I think he's paid it.
Yeah, so he should plead the high tackle anyway. It didn't matter. He caught one behind the ear leg as well. And Mick Howard, a real opportunity here. The big centre half forward now playing, I think, in the forward pocket. That's an interesting move from Richard Leftchook, the coach of the Centrals, but at the moment it's working.
He'd have put him down there hoping for a couple of big grabs of them when they got the ball down there, Ron. It's worked, hasn't it? Because he's
very hard to judge the balls that floating in the air against the bruise. Tends to hold up in the bruise, and that's why the big fella's there. He comes in and waddles the punt stick through. Great goal, Mick Howard kicks his second.
That's his second for the day as Roddy Cool. We've gone 30.5 minutes of the second quarter, brought to you by Guest Video and Double YR, and the scoreboard shows Corio, 7 goals, 6, 48 points on the board. Lead Werribee Centrals, who are 6 goals, 9, 45 by 3 points close to half-time.
25-minute mark, and Adelaide has just kicked another goal. 9-6-60 plays 5-6-36.
Okay. There we are, back here at the Western Oval. Ball back in the centre. Umpire emergency. Umpire busy talking to Darren Shelley. Leave Mick Howard alone.
Okay, Pooleye slaps the ball out in the centre. Chance for Dowling. Can't gather it. Through comes Brown. That back in defence now, I think you'll find. Got a hair pass out wide towards centre wing. Corio have the numbers out here. Charged his way through the pack there. Was Cousins and Sam Janim doing the hard work at the bottom of the pack. It's flipped out wide. A chance for Keating. He's pushed up the footy by Brown. Brown knocks the ball forward for Centrals before Galauckley can gather it in. It goes over the line out of bounds. Centre wing position, far side of the ground, and siren time very imminent.
Yes, certainly, Cookie. 31.5 minutes of travel to the second quarter. And there she goes.
The accurate one's got it again. There's the siren.
I reckon if you stick around with the bloke long enough, you end up liking Cookie.
Good stuff, Ronnie. Okay, at half-time. 6 goals, 9. Very important goal, that one, the last one there by Mick Howard. Werribee Centrals have gone to 6 goals, 9, 45 points on the board. Corio, 7 goals, 6, 48 points in that quarter.